Upcoming NFT projects that are play-to-earn blockchain games. Hello and welcome back to the channel. In this video, I've got some really exciting projects to show you guys. They are all play-to-earn blockchain games, PvP, PvE, building, and so on. But before I dive in, I quickly want to talk about volume and current market sentiment. It does seem like we are seeing a lot more volume pump into the market, at least for now. Is it going to continue? Or are we going to see another bull run? I'm not sure, but there is a lot more liquidity being pumped into the market, especially with the Ape coin airdrop, where basically anyone who owned an NFT in the Bored Ape Yacht Club ecosystem, such as Mutant Ape Yacht Club, Bored Ape Kennel Club, they all received an airdrop of this thing called ApeCoin. So as it stands this week and the past few days, NFTs are doing better overall. There's a lot more volume being pumped into the market. We're starting to see things have a nice pump. Is it going to be sustained? I'm not sure, but what I do know is that there are some awesome upcoming projects that have a lot of unique utility and upcoming play to earn mechanics behind it that have all been in development, which I'm going to talk about right now. And I've had the pleasure of speaking to the teams on all of these projects, and that is why this video has taken so long to come out. It's because I want to make sure I do my due diligence. I talk to the teams, make sure these things are actually in development. You know, they're producing what they say they're producing. So when it comes time to mint, we know what to expect and we know is going to be delivered. So with that being said, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications, and let's hop into these projects. So the first project that I want to talk about is called Arcade, specifically Arcade.Inc on Twitter. And these guys are actually behind the project or the app, specifically Apes versus Mutants, which a while ago, Bored Ape Yacht Club owners and I believe Mutant Ape Yacht Club owners could download this app to play for prizes, and they were the only ones who could access this app. These guys are the actual ones who built that app for them. So now they are creating their own ecosystem, their own entire game backed by an NFT, and they're bringing it to the public, which is going to mint late March or early April. And essentially the goal for this project is that this is going to be a metaverse where eventually you're going to be able to transport your own NFTs into the game. So at first, obviously, as they progress, they want to do the more popular collections, such as all of these like Azuki, CryptoPunks, Karfuru, and so on, Doodles, and you'll be able to transport one of your NFTs into the game so that you can play as that NFT. On top of that, this game is already in development. They've been working on it for a while. As I said, they are the makers behind this game. So we already have proof of concept that they've done something before where people have actually played it as an iOS app. And so speaking on the iOS app, they're planning on making this a mobile game first before they bring it to PC or browser-based gaming. And so here's a few pictures of Bored Ape Yacht Club NFTs going into the arcade, and they call this ArcadeMe, and that is where you transport your NFT into the game or a game version of it. And as we see in this video on their Twitter, which is pinned, which I highly recommend you go watch, there is going to be a story mode, PvP. Basically, you're going to be able to play with your friends, so you can invite them to a party. You'll be able to go fight monsters, probably do dungeons and quests, and then eventually, if you want, compete in different types of games that they have. And then they also have a version where you'll be able to compete in PvP, kind of like we saw with their pinned game mode, Mutants versus Apes. So you'll be able to play versus player in this game, which I think is awesome. Obviously, they have a lot of functions that they're working with. Not everything has come out yet. Now, as far as the actual mint goes, these are going to be land-based assets that you're able to mint and then use in the game. So essentially, there's going to be different land levels. Can't disclose what the levels are. There will be different levels for you to mint. Anyone can mint any type of level depending on if it is in stock. Now, I'm not exactly sure what their collection size is. They didn't give me the exact details, but they did tell me it was going to be more than 5K, but certainly less than 10K. So I'm just speculating here, but I think it's probably going to be around 8K or less. I can't say for sure, but that's what I'm getting from this. But when you get your land, that is going to be kind of your base. You're going to be able to decorate your land and invite friends to join. They're also potentially making this part of the Ape ecosystem. So the Ape coin that I previously mentioned, you might be able to actually buy these lands with Ape and not just Ethereum. So that's something that they're also working out. And because this is a play to earn game, obviously they're going to have their own ecosystem and player driven economy where they will have their own token, but they're also planning on factoring that Ape coin into their economy as well, which is very interesting. But that's about it for Arcade. I'm super bullish on this project, especially because they showed a proof of game concept that was already played, Apes versus Mutants, that they delivered before. And on top of all that, this is a fully doxed team. Now they're shifting into their own NFT project. And as far as gameplay goes, there will not be gameplay pre-mint. The gameplay will come post-mint, and they say in Q2 of 2022, so this year. But there's a lot of really strong factors about this game. The team, the fact that they've already made something previously that worked, and the fact that this is going to be a relatively small collection size for what the game is. It's going to be play to earn. You're potentially going to be able to import your own favorite NFT into the game. You're going to be able to play with friends. PvP, which I personally love. I'm all about PvP in games, and then also PvE and stuff like that too. So I highly recommend you follow them on Twitter, hop in their Discord and turn on those post notifications. They aren't launching for another 2 to 4 weeks. So this is definitely something I would keep an eye on and potentially spend your time on. Now, the next project I want to talk about is also super exciting. It is called ExVerse. And the best way I can explain this is that it is the blockchain based play to earn version of Fortnite. Now, this is another fully doxed team, all in-house development. So all the projects I'm talking about in this video are in-house development, which is great because that means they are the ones who are working directly with the team. The development team is essentially on their staff, on their payroll, however you want to call it, rather than being outsourced to another studio, which is what happened with Pixelmon. Because when you do that, you really have no clue what they're making. It's not in-house. You don't really know for the most part what's going on behind the scenes. So when you have a development team in-house, you have a lot more control and a lot more understanding of what you're building with the team that you're building it with. So with that being said, this is a little bit of a trailer on their Twitter. They also showed me other gameplay concepts, which was great. And on top of that, they actually showed me someone playing the game to show me proof of concept that, hey, someone is literally on a computer playing this. They were moving around and all of that, which was awesome. And another really great thing is that all the assets in this game have been created by them and they own them. So basically what that means is they did not purchase anything off of the Unity store. They didn't like purchase any packs that are pre-made from other developers or artists. They created all of their stuff in-house, and basically they told me they've spent the last 8 to 9 months doing that. Now, as far as the gameplay and the quality goes, this looks really good in my opinion. The videos and the trailers that they showed me and the gameplay, it all looked just as if you were playing Fortnite, but just a blockchain play to earn game. So speaking of Fortnite, I did ask if they had any legality issues, and they said no, they do not, especially because they are using all of their own assets. So they're completely fine, completely safe there. And essentially what this project mint is going to be is, you know how if you play Fortnite or PUBG, you buy a monthly season pass. And so essentially when you mint this pass, it's going to give you unlimited lifetime access to all the DLC content, all of the season pass items that you normally get, where you get like premium skins for leveling up and like certain coins and tokens. Obviously you're going to have an advantage when it comes to the play to earn aspect. You're probably going to get more tokens there. And on top of that, what I really like is that there are only going to be 5,000 passes total. So that is really valuable. That's a very small collection for a game size this big. And as it stands, the mint for these passes are only going to be 300 USD. And with Ethereum currently sitting at about 3K, that is only going to be about 0.1 ETH for a mint of a project with this level of professionality and expertise, AAA game quality. That is only going to be a 5K collection. I think that is really awesome. And if they can really deliver on the quality and the scale of this, which they've shown me, I think that this could be an absolute banger in the space. And one of the first ones that we'll see where, you know, a project, an NFT project actually advertises an NFT play to earn blockchain game that is actually going to be good and potentially mass adopted. So with that being said, imagine being one of the first Fortnite players who had one of the 5,000 of these season passes, and the game becomes mass adopted, especially because of the fact that it is play to earn. You know, just having the pass alone is probably going to appreciate as an asset like crazy, assuming that they can actually accomplish their goals and make this what it's supposed to be. So there's a lot more to learn about this project. I highly recommend you follow them on Twitter and hop in their Discord to learn as much as possible, because I do think that this could be a really, really good project, and I'm personally looking forward to it. Another thing is, by the time you're watching this, either tomorrow or the next day, myself and Azeroth are going to be having a Twitter Spaces AMA. So feel free to hop on that Twitter Spaces. We're going to be able to, you know, talk to the founders of this project. You guys can hop on, ask any questions you want. They're all docs. They're super transparent. They're working to build this with a community and not just like behind the scenes, like letting the community know what's happening. It's all happening at the same time, which I think is really awesome, because that's what we need in the space right now, especially when it comes to play to earn blockchain games. We really need trust right now, especially after what happened with Pixelmon. So I look forward to watching them grow this project, building it out, and potentially and hopefully minting my own pass. Now, the last project I want to talk about is Skylinez. I like this project a lot. They have grown significantly. I think in the past 3 or 4 days, they've grown from like 14,000 followers to now almost 33.5. And so of course, this is another project where I talked to the team to get more insights behind it. And right off the bat, if you can't tell, the inspiration comes from the Neo Tokyo community. The project lead and the founder is actually part of the Neo Tokyo community season 1. So a lot of the Neo Tokyo people, season 1 specifically, are really bullish, which in my mind is always a bullish factor. That's amazing, especially if we have season 1 Neo Tokyo holders bullish and supporting a project. That's great. Now, another thing I really love about this collection, as you can see, the entire collection is going to be completely animated, which I love. I love when projects just take the time to put in the extra work and animate their collections. It just goes to show that they actually care about the artwork and the artwork that the people are receiving for their NFTs. They're growing really fast. They don't have a website out yet. Their Discord is closed, but essentially we can hop in and see some of their sneak peeks. I really like the sneak peeks. You can see how this kind of has like a lot of that Neo Tokyo kind of inspiration, which I personally love. And I know a lot of people love this too. So essentially what this is going to be is a play to earn, play to build game. So what you're going to be able to do, let me show you a sneak peek that they actually dropped. So they actually dropped one of their sneak peeks of gameplay and how it's going to look. You're going to be able to build out these towers. You're going to be able to level them up. And when you first mint your tokens, you're going to be able to mint 3,000. So this is going to be a Genesis collection of 3,000. Another thing I love, again, small collection sizes. And essentially the Genesis workers are going to be these guys. And these these are the people, these are what you're going to need to play in the game and build out these towers or skyscrapers. And then there is actually going to be future collections. So Gen 2 is going to be a 4.5K collection, but the only way that you can access or mint the Gen 2 collection or any other collection down the line is by owning one of the Genesis tokens. So for instance, if you wanted to own a Gen 2, you have to own one of the Genesis tokens to acquire Gen 2, which are going to be these workers, which eventually you're going to be able to hire. You're going to be able to rent them out to other players. There's going to be an in-game token and player-driven economy run on Skies. And what's great is, although all we have is this right now, they are planning to show full gameplay pre-mint, which is great. And on top of that, they are a fully doxed team. Now, another really cool thing or concept that I like is that they're going to make this kind of like Clash of Clans, where you can view other players' bases, or in this case, skyscrapers. And they're also going to make this run on season. So if you've ever played something like Clash of Clans, where at the end of the season, you get rewards based on where you ended in the season, they're going to do the same thing here. And what Alex told me, who is the founder of this, said that the top 10 players, for example, in the season end will get 1 Ethereum. So there will be awesome prizes for you to earn in the game just for leveling up your skyscrapers and building out these things and seeing where you stand at the end of the seasons. There's going to be different types of rewards depending on what place or ranking you get. So that's pretty much it for Skylinez. I would highly recommend that you follow them on Twitter and turn on those post notifications so that you can get in the Discord. This is a very new project and they've already got a lot to show for it because this is already in development pre-mint. They've already put money in this. So you definitely want to keep an eye on this. I would not sleep on this project. I have a feeling that it's going to do very well, especially for the collection size, the team behind it, and because they have a strong relationship in the Neo Tokyo community. All right, now the last project I want to talk about is called TheSquids NFT. So this project is only going to have 1,000. It's a 1K collection, and essentially you are going to be able to compete in these simple browser-based games for prize pools, similarly to Squid Game. If you haven't seen that show on Netflix, they're doing something like that, taking a lot of inspiration from it. So let's go ahead and hop onto their website, dive in a little bit more into the details so we can see what's going on here. So scrolling down, one thing I really like about this project, besides the fact that it is a 1K Genesis collection, is that the entire collection is going to be animated. It just fits perfectly. It looks really good. And it shows that they actually care about their art and their project, considering that they're spending the time to animate their entire collection. Additionally, scrolling down, their entire team is doxed. So we have the project lead. His name is Gundy Escriva. Hopefully I'm not butchering his name. So hopping into their Discord, there's only about 5,000 people in here. And do keep in mind, this is a locked Discord. Going into their detailed roadmap, we can find a little bit more. So essentially, you're going to be able to stake your NFT and participate in these series of games to win prize pools, which I mentioned earlier. So essentially, you're going to be able to vote on the different types of games, and then you're going to play a total of 5 games. Now, like I said, they are going to be more simple browser-based games. After you pick the games and you're playing in the games, what's really cool is if you know anything about the series Squid Games on Netflix, let's say there are 5 players left and you get to the final game. The players can vote to choose to exit the game and split all of their rewards evenly rather than finishing the entire game and only having one winner. So I thought that was a really awesome concept. On top of that, to enter these games, you are going to have to buy in. So you're going to have to put up some liquidity into the prize pool so that everyone playing the game is basically putting up something to win. And if you have more than one of these NFTs, so let's say you have 2 or 3 of these Genesis Squids, well, you're going to get a 15% discount per NFT that you have when it comes to your buy-in. Additionally, they're going to have their own token. So they're going to have a stable coin known as ACGT. And then they're also going to have their play to earn DNA coin. And then the last thing I'll say is that they have an interesting way to get whitelisted. So the way you get whitelisted is you get these things called Squid Inks. And currently there is 4,997 in the Discord. So this is about to change, but sub 5,000 members, you need 10 of these Squid Inks to get whitelisted. At 7K, you need 12 and so on. But according to the founder, it's relatively easy to get whitelisted as long as you're being active in the community. They have plenty of ways to get Squid Inks, from game nights, mini games, talent shows, art competitions, like a bunch of random stuff that they do to make it relatively easy for an active community to get these Squid Inks. But again, there is only going to be 1,000 of these NFTs. So this is something that you would definitely want to keep an eye on and get in as soon as possible. I did want to show a sneak peek of some of their gameplay footage that they wanted me to show as well. So I will show that in a later video, but I wanted to put this on your radar right now because these guys are growing pretty fast. And especially for a 1K collection, this is something that you want to get in as fast as possible to potentially secure your whitelist spot, or at least start building up those Squid Inks so that you can start working on getting whitelisted. So that is going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys found some awesome projects. Personally, I'm pretty excited about all of the projects I spoke about in this video, especially as the meta is shifting to a play to earn lower collection size. So I think that these projects are absolutely perfect and something that you guys should be spending your time on and trying to get whitelisted on this project, and even potentially picking them up on the secondary when they do mint, if that is an option. So that's it for me, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you like the projects that you saw, make sure to like, subscribe, turn on those post notifications. I will catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.